Today by Juno. How you doing?
We're doing pretty good tonight. I Flame. Welcome everybody. As you said, the Battle of the Californias, SoCal, the number 4 seed in the tournament. However, once you get this far into the tournament, do those seedings really even matter anymore? NorCal coming into this being the number 1 seed has been putting up some great scores in these later rounds, really proving that skill cap that they have on some of their top players. Looking especially at Window Life, Fiery Rage, Woodchi Jackson, that um, that quartet of players really looking to um, push NorCal up here into that grand finals in SoCal. They also have a trio that's very very strong on their own with Mirku, Caleb, and Utami, of course. And yeah, we'll see what they decide to pick and ban, and hoping to see some great OSU tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. As you mentioned, Window Life had a phenomenal match yesterday. We've had 3 matches played so far. This is going to be the last one of the weekend. We had SoCal beating Maryland 7-3, California beating Texas 7-3 as well. And of course, in the winners bracket earlier tonight, we had Virginia beating New York 7-4. So the winner of this match will go on to face New York. But in a tournament like USC, where teams are seeded by rank, I think the seeding is pretty much completely irrelevant at this point in the tournament. But I do want to call out while we're still on this warm up, it is very interesting. I believe this is the SoCal warm up, and it is CS10. And notably, we do have a CS9 No Mod 1 in the pool. So potentially a bit of a test. I think this is smart in some of these less standard pools. You can throw out a warm up that's somewhat similar to one of the really gimmicky picks, see how your opponent does on the map, and from there, you can kind of take your guess at whether or not you might want to pick it. But we do have the NorCal warm up still to be played. I think it's going to be played with ET, so we should be through that in about 3 minutes' time. But in terms of pick ban Juno, it's going to be interesting. Both of these teams banned out the free mod 4 Sputnik in their previous matches, so I actually would like to see both teams dropping those bans in favor of something more oriented towards the matchup. I know you mentioned earlier that Hidden 2 as something as SoCal might look to ban. NorCal put up a very, very strong score on it in their match, getting 1.7 mil. Best score, I think, by 2 to 300,000. I think it was Window Life on the map with a near FC. Did a lot of work for NorCal.
Yeah, and yeah, the Hidden Two being that tech map, really mechanics focused tech map. I also wonder if SoCal takes away the Hidden Three reading map away from NorCal um, with some great reading players like Fiery Rage, of course, on the side of NorCal, or if that's also going to uh, be left open here. It was also banned in both matches last time, as well as Sputnik.
Yeah, and interestingly, it was actually NorCal who did ban out the Hidden 3. So I'm not sure SoCal would bother banning it. I think you can leave it open. This is the CS10 pick
Yeah.
from SoCal. And this is just potentially a preview of what may be to come if we do see the No Mod 1. But speaking to those bans, SoCal's other ban last match was the DT1, which went completely untouched in the NorCal match. So I'd honestly like to see them switch up both of those bans. Hidden 1, not a bad call, but their second ban, they have quite a few options. I think it's going to be whatever map they're feeling the least comfortable on. But I would personally look towards something like the Hard Rock 1, where
Mm,
NorCal absolutely gapped the rest of the field by about 650,000 points window life. FC'd Fallen World, I'm pretty sure. That was an
yeah.
absurd performance. And I'm not sure you can afford to let NorCal pick that in this match.
Yeah, another map that I am curious to see which way it goes is both of these teams won by very close margins on Mad City. SoCal not so much on a closer margin, but both of these teams did win Mad City, so we'll see if that's a map that either team looks at. But the head-to-head on that DT4, the Kendrick Lamar song, we love us some good old modern rap music in our Osu game. So we'll see if that becomes a point of contention as well. It maybe further on into this match.
Yeah, interestingly enough, going back to 2022, it was SoCal who won the match 7-5 against NorCal in the finals, and SoCal went on to win the tournament. Last year, it was NorCal who won the match 7-5. They went on to place third, so we'll see if we can get another 7-5 here. But based on previous year's results, I think a 7-5 in one direction could be a safe bet.
And I would like to just say that Caleb wins that point. I believe what they were going for was the most misses. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely the winner there. That's for
yeah.
sure.
But yeah, and of course, whoever wins this match, they'll be going up against New York in the next round. So we'll we'll see what they could do against the likes of Taquito and Pez, and who we just saw earlier or yesterday fall to Virginia, but not so easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, New York were definitely one of my favorites coming into this tournament. They've got such a stacked roster. So whoever does end up going against New York is going to have a very tough match on their hands. But before that, we've got the Battle of California about to get underway here as we are getting into picks and bans. NorCal are going to opt for second pick. I really like that, even more important than the bans to me, especially in a match this long. It does give you the last pick before tiebreaker. So especially when you expect a match to be close, you really love to have the momentum going into tiebreaker. So it's nice to have the chance to make that last pick if it does come down to that point. Second ban from SoCal, and that means NorCal is going to have the chance now to place the first ban. I do want to see them switch up the ban
Mm.
slightly. They're going to ban out the hidden three once again. So second time they're going to be banning that out into SoCal. And for SoCal, I think we at the very least have to see Hard Rock 1 with the hidden 2 that you mentioned, Juno. Something they're definitely going to at least consider for their second ban.
Yeah, and having that second ban, I find is not a bad consolation prize for losing the role, especially because you get to see a little bit of information. It's actually a DT3 ban coming out of SoCal here, so that we're going to be seeing. That is Ayana Jujika ni Sasagu Shichi Jusu, and that is the more dense the dense air 8 base DT map, and then yeah, so just trying to take away some of that speed that you see from players like the three-man speed roster of Woodsy, Jackson, Window Life on the side of NorCal. That's very scary. Um, and then NorCal, we'll see if they do ban Sputnik. I don't think they should. I don't think I don't think you think they should. Or I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you're
They're
you're
not gonna
completely
ban it.
correct. Regardless,
Yeah.
I don't think either team should ban out the Fremont 4. I think they should leave that open. But to your point, I completely agree that NorCal lineup of Window Life, Woodsy, Jackson, that's one of the scariest three-man speed rosters in this tournament. And so generally, I think going into this match, NorCal should generally be
Uh,
favored on the speed. SoCal probably going to opt into more of the aim or mechanics focused picks.
mhm.
And much to our chagrin, we do see the Fremont 4 banned out by NorCal. I mean, they must be very uncomfortable on the map knowing that SoCal banned the map out as well and still feeling the need to ban that one. So clearly, really, really, really uncomfortable on the pick. Although we'll see as we get into this match if that ban could have been better used on something else. But I think for SoCal, I mean, it must be the Hard Rock one. I think there's no chance they can take this Hard Rock one off of NorCal, but I guess they could technically ban out another speed pick as well if they really don't think they have a chance on the tapping maps.
Yeah, the 240 BPM free mod 3 is still up as well, so in the free mod pool. So I just wonder if maybe that's something else that they're looking at as a possibility. You got to think it's between Hard Rock 1 and free mod 3 at this point. Those are the two mechanics maps that NorCal can put in that three-man roster in and take a pretty easy point over SoCal.
Yeah. Also, like, there's the Hard Rock one. Makes a lot of sense. I think the Fremont 3, while it should be NorCal favored, it should be a little bit more attainable for SoCal. We know that NorCal has put up a 1.8 mil, which is a really solid score, but certainly not unbeatable. I think, especially with a player like Tommy and Yercute, they should be able to at least compete with those scores. And now it's going to be SoCal with the first pick, and I think they have quite a few options. To me, there's no standout, very obvious first pick that SoCal wants to go. I think there's kind of a group of picks that will take up the kind of first set of picks that they're going to look towards. I think they could very well look towards something like the No Mod 3, but it's a little bit risky as it was banned against NorCal in the last match. But even then, something like the Hard Rock 2 and the Hidden 1 they looked good on. And even generally, some of the other aim-focused picks, potentially something like the No Mod 2, which is a little bit more alt-focused, very long, very difficult. And what's interesting, looking at the scores between these two teams, a lot of incredibly close ones. They're going to opt into Hidden 1, the aim focus hidden. So it is aim indeed, and they're going to start off in the hidden pool.
This is going to be go for it, Halcon. And this is a very... I think of this as a Kirby Mix-esque map. Very much like it's a very similar artist, or the same artist to Big Brother. So it's a lot of this awkward aim. It isn't quite down at AR9, AR9.3, but still quite dense in its own regards, as well as CS5. So a little bit of a precision aspect to this as well, and a little bit more on the shorter side, just being over 2 minutes here.
Yeah, this is incredibly awkward as well. You've got a little bit of flow aim, thrown in that players are going to have to watch out for, and a lot of just very kind of awkward, uncomfortable feeling patterns. This is not something we've seen NorCal play. We did see Utami and Caleb both putting up really solid 500k scores on this, and it was actually Ricoel who put up 400k on this last time around. They're subbing in Yercute this time, which is not necessarily surprising. Yercute is the kind of player that I'd expect to be in for just about every map for SoCal in this match.
Yeah, just looking at the head-to-head. But I don't believe NorCal played this in their last match. So yeah, you had stand-up performances from Utami and Caleb. You're pretty two strong aim players, and then this time adding in your cute. Not always known for hidden, but definitely a good aim player here. So hoping to improve their score from yesterday here, getting into the hidden one.
And for NorCal, of course, you've got Fire Rage and Window Life. Who else would it be? And then Tights coming in is going to be that kind of hidden low AR player that we're going to see on some of these hidden picks. But already, it's 2 misses to start this one off for NorCal. SoCal, on the other hand, off to a very good start. I'm sure NorCal SoCal isn't going to trip us up once during this match, as Caleb is going to trade one of those misses back, but it's still going to be 2 FCs to 1. And this map, like you said, very short. We're already a third of the way through, and SoCal is off to a pretty nice lead here.
Yeah, also taking an accuracy lead at the beginning, although there hasn't been much combo playthrough, but it's still significant, adding up to about 70,000. And there goes the last FC on Window Life, so that's going to be almost just over a third of the way through the map. It's just Caleb missing on the side of SoCal right now. And 2 more breaks, another double miss on the side of NorCal. Tyson Fire Rage just not able to hold on. And it's these 2 FCs. They look so good putting in Yerkut here. Still holding on to the FC halfway through the map with some incredible accuracies on the side of SoCal.
Yeah, both players, well, Utami at the very least, looking like he's going to be able to improve the score from yesterday's match. Does finally drop that SS, but still holding on to the combo for now and no longer, as both FCs drop off of SoCal, but Caleb is there with the support. Okay, Caleb's no longer there with the support. It's just window life with any combo, but I just don't think there's enough time left in this map unless we see a really bad kind of a chain miss from both Utami and Yerkut. They almost need to drop score. And with that miss from window life, that's going to do it. SoCal going to be taking this first pick, and NorCal, they're going to look to fire back with a tapping pick of their own, I suspect.
Yeah, SoCal, they just took that lead right from the beginning, and they were able to hold on to it, as well as accuracy coming out of Utami, I believe, just sitting on either one slider break or one miss right now. Hasn't gotten any 100s, and then Yerkut also on a very good accuracy here. It's going to be about 450,000, almost 500,000 here at the end, showing a dominant performance at the beginning of this match. And this will be a significant improvement from their score yesterday of a whole 40,000. Significant improvement, but still an improvement at that, and showing that they can consistently put up these high scores, and Utami taking that 660k there, and they'll be able to look for a breakpoint here, although NorCal probably going to be going with something along the lines of the Fremont 3, and there it is.
Yeah, no surprises. 240 BPM speed. And I have a feeling the lineup is going to be pretty obvious for NorCal. We're just going to see Window Life, Witchy, and Jackson as well. And of course, this is a terrifying speed roster. You know, you don't want to call it before it's over, but this one feels very heavily NorCal favored. And I think they're going to have at least a couple tapping picks to go through before we start seeing closer picks between these two teams. SoCal, meanwhile, I think we're going to see Caleb staying in. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to just see Yerkut and Utami coming back in. Although, could we potentially see a 3-1-5? I think there's a small chance, but not likely.
Could be possible. 315 did play the I believe it was the Nomad 3 yesterday, and put up a decent score on that map. But they did not play this map in their last match, and could be that lineup of Woodsheet, Jackson, and Window Life on the side of NorCal. I think they're just going back to get readjusted to some of those mods that they'll be taking. Definitely expecting Window Life on the Hard Rock, and then Woodsheet on Hidden, or either Woodsheet or Jackson on Hidden. And then probably going to be seeing on the side of SoCal, you'll probably be seeing Tommy on the Hidden or the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, they have played Yerkut on the Hidden, or the Hard Rock quite a few times as well. It's always a possibility, but like you said, they have some flexibility, which is nice. We have seen them be flexible. You know, sometimes Yerkut will take Hard Rock, and sometimes Yerkut will take the Nomad. But this time it is actually going to be 3-1-5. So coming in for the speedier pick makes a lot of sense, and I think they're going to throw a 3-1-5 on the Nomad and let them try and put up some good score on a slightly easier mod selection.
Yeah, getting into Fremont 3 here. You would think this would go pretty comfortably in this onto the side of NorCal. This is also a map on the shorter side. Just over 2 minutes as well. And we'll be getting into it right now. We'll see those mods. See Jackson on the Hidden, Woodsheet on the Hard Rock. Window Life actually taking Nomad here. I am not surprised by that. Just to put your best player on the most comfortable on the most comfortable. Like you want them to FC if possible, and putting them on the no mod will give them that best chance. You do actually see 315 on the Hard Rock and then Caleb on the Hidden. So Utami, they're SoCal sort of going for the same type of plan where you put your best player on this map on the most comfortable mod, that being the no mod. So we'll see how this ends up for both teams as we're getting. It's a fast going map and it's gonna be over before you know it.
Yeah, Window Life trying to match a 700,000 S rank from the previous match, and here we go into the trickier section of the map. This is where we're going to start to see some big accuracy drops. This is where we're going to start to see the combos fall, but everybody holding strong so far. We see Caleb dropping 100. Utami is going to find the first miss for SoCal. Now 315 follows it up with yet another miss, and NorCal is off to the races as all FC's gone from SoCal. They have been absolutely wiped out, and that lead is going to skyrocket in favor of NorCal as they're still holding on to all three of those full combos. Accuracies are fantastic as well. 315 finds yet another round of chain misses, and this one might be just over. There is 2 misses on the side of NorCal, but with Jackson still holding the FC, it honestly doesn't really matter because there's only a third of the map to go, and Jackson is just going to pop off into the ending here.
Yeah, you gotta think, despite those misses, it really doesn't matter because multiple players on the SoCal side have already broken multiple times. And do you see recovery from Utami now as Caleb does find another break? And still Jackson going off here on this full combo. Utami finds a break. That was the last recovery combo on the side of SoCal. And it's 600k right now. It's going to be 1-1. No break points to be seen at all in this first round of picks. And they're going to be... Oh, unfortunately, Jackson does find a little bit of a chain miss near the end here. But it's going to be NorCal taking the Fremont 3.
Yep, that's going to be the top Fremont 3 score from the weekend from Jackson. And I gotta disagree with T1G. You can never have too much gamma. You gotta max out the gamma and really brighten up those circles. Make sure they're you need sunglasses. You should have sunglasses when you're playing. That's how much gamma you need. Regardless, SoCal is gonna have the next pick. I think they're gonna go back to the aim. They're definitely gonna stay away from the tapping as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta think if they pull off a great score like on an aim map like that. Hard Rock 3 is another just pure aim map, or there's also the Free Mod 1 available, which is a more consistency-based aim map as well, so maybe look into one of those picks to go with.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to see DT4 because that map is a banger, but these teams are so evenly matched on that pick that I think it's something it's banned out. Don't worry about me. We're doing great here. Okay, so reconsidering that pick, something like Hard Rock 2, SoCal has looked quite solid on. I think that would be probably their next pick, as you said, and we'll see if they opt into it here.
Yeah, Hard Rock 2 would be interesting being the alt map, especially with Window Life and Fiery on the other side. I mean, picking Hard Rock into NorCal is a bit risky in its own but it could actually be DT1. We're going to be going into
Those 3 full combos still going strong, but the map only gets trickier as now Easy Chalk and You're Cute gonna trade those misses back. It is, of course, Utami. Absolute monster on so many of these picks. It is just going off for SoCal right now and gonna push this score lead, but you have both Fire Rage and Jackson on recoveries. That score lead should go back over in their favor unless we see misses from one of those players. And NorCal trying to bring this one back. Yeah, Fire, a really unfortunate miss. And that's going to slow the bleeding a little bit. It's really going to even things out as Jackson fending off Utami for now. Finds the miss. Now Utami can really run away with this one. Utami trades it back, though. It's now Easy Chalk with the highest combo, being matched by Window Life here. And You're Cute no longer on the supporting combo.
Yeah, again, such a short map here. We're over halfway through already. It's Easy Chalk up against Window Life. Fire Rage actually does find a break there, so that is going to matter quite a bit. That was the biggest supporting combo on the side of NorCal. Is Utami and You're Cute with better combos over Jackson and Fiery Rage right now on the recoveries, and then Window Life and Easy Chalk on the exact same amount of combo. It's just around 150k for SoCal right now, and there's only 100 or a quarter of the map left, and just this last quick section here, it's Jackson that finds the break on the recovery. Easy Chalk,
oh, there goes Easy Chalk.
Okay, Window Life. Can Window Life bring this back? There's an eighth of the map left. You're Cute and Utami. Utami finds a break. It is coming back. Fire Rage is also building up combo into the end. You're Cute breaks. It's not going to be enough time. There's not enough time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Window Life put up the big combo. Unless it's a spinner battle, I mean, they would need to massively outspin. Not going to do so, but 20,000 points in the end. Window Life so close to bringing it back, but really just needed another 20-30 combo is all it would have taken, and NorCal could have been off to a very early break point, but instead, SoCal holds on to the lead, wins their own pick. They're going to try and settle things down, and now the pick is going to go back to NorCal, and they're going to look back to tapping, I have a feeling. You even have something like the Fremod one, which isn't speed, but it is still tapping focused.
As well as there's also still Nomad 4 up on the table. That is the Flow Aim Stream focus map, 196 BPM, Braimir. And yeah, they're going to be looking for something to do some tapping on. That is NorCal. And Window Life in that last map was just trying so hard to just drag his team over the line to get that break point, but unfortunately there was just not enough time at the end. They're gonna go for DT2 here. This is Third Eye Ya, and this is the tapping focused DT map here, as well as a little bit more aim, some more tapping. Window Life put up an amazing score on this yesterday.
Yeah, Window Life got the FC, but as did Utami, putting up an incredible score. Not quite the FC, but 1 million points on the map, and the difference between these two teams is only 200,000, so all it takes is a slight improvement from both Utami and You're Cute. If they can both improve their scores from yesterday by about 100,000, they're going to be right in this match, assuming NorCal don't improve their scores as well. But, you know, an FC for Window Life, and I think it was 750k for Wuchi. Those are tough scores to improve upon. And so this is another one that I actually think could be deceptively close. And I think SoCal, all it takes is a little bit of luck, and they have a chance to breakpoint this.
Yeah, we do actually see Caleb coming into the lobby, so that will be a change from last time, as they had Easy Chalk in last time. And I assume Utami's going to take that last place on SoCal. It has to be. Window Life, Fire Rage won't be playing this map. It'll be Jackson and Wuchi. Just waiting for there's Wuchi. And we're just waiting for Utami to hop back into the lobby, and then we'll get underway with this DT2. Again, as you said, not too much difference in these scores here. So maybe Caleb comes in instead of Easy Chalk, and we'll see what that could do to their score. It could improve their score. It could decrease their score. We don't know what's going to happen here.
Yes, at the end of the day, the scores will likely change, is the moral of the story, but we'll find out soon as we get into this pick, and if I'm being honest, this is just a worse version of the original song. Don't tell Dada. But we'll see if SoCal can find an early breakpoint, especially in a match like this where you expect the picks to generally be a little bit more decisive at the start of the match. Getting an early breakpoint would be huge for either team, even more so than the late stage breakpoints that are more expected as the picks become less clear. This map does take a little bit to pick up, but it is incredibly aim focused. It is kind of just lots of 1-2s, lots of very linear jump patterns, and those can be very tricky.
Ooh, you actually see an early break coming out of Utami here, and once again, I feel like I'm saying this every single map. Actually, this one has a little bit more time-wise. This being 2 minutes and 3/4 as opposed to the near 2-minute maps. But still, quarter of the way through, we see 2 breaks on the side of SoCal. We also see a break coming out of Woodtree on the side of NorCal. Caleb breaks again, so and there goes your cute as well. So it's SoCal, 3 breaks on the board. Still have Window Life and Jackson holding on to the FCs here. Woodtree recovering, getting to that halfway point here. Going from these slower sliders into the aim. And it's halfway through. Boom! That's actually really unfortunate in this slower section here. Jackson does find a break. See recoveries on Utami, you're cute, and Caleb. It's just Window Life on the FC.
Yeah, you really can't be missing there, but thankfully for Jackson, the team is there to cover. And Jackson, what are you doing? Finds another miss on the slow section, but this time it is traded on back by Caleb as we ramp up to the big section. There goes Window Life, FC down, not going to be finding the FC again. Now it's Utami on the recovery. You're cute, trying to match Woodtree, and if we see a miss from Woodtree, there it is! Combo's gone from NorCal. It's pretty much a full reset, and with Utami, you're cute on pretty sizable combos here. They should be able to make the comeback, assuming they don't miss, but this is a much easier section. They should be able to hold on to their combos for at least the next 100 combo, and the score flips over. You're cute does find the miss, but with Utami still holding, that's the only combo that matters now. SoCal has a chance for an early break point. They just need to hold on a little bit longer. It's all on Utami right now, and I think they might be able to do it.
And in the last map, NorCal just ran out of time at the end, but now it's SoCal that have the time to bring it back, and they're going to be taking the first break point of the match as this closes out here. It's going to be Utami. I was worried a little bit when he found the miss right at the beginning, but once again, not quite getting to the 1 million score they had last time, but only the 1 miss. And excellent act on top of that.
Yeah, the only thing in Utami's PayPal is going to be that prize pool money. They can get that 3rd place. Utami matching the score from yesterday, but unfortunately, Window Life and Woodtree both getting about 200, 300,000 points less and giving SoCal the edge in this match. That's a very early break point. You really can't afford to be giving up break points this early in a match that you expect to be so close. I mean, later on, it's less of a big deal, but early on, you really need to win every picks because SoCal still has quite a number of picks left that they should be advantaged on here. They still have plenty of aim. They have quite a few ult options that they've looked really good on. And I think it's going to be at least 2 more picks, I'd say, before we start getting into more of the coin flip maps.
Yeah, if we're talking about alt maps, we got some of those left. Definitely, you have Nomad 2, Flags on the Moon, that's an alt option. You have Hard Rock 2, that's an alt option as well. And that's pretty much it that's available for alt options because DC1's been picked. And I mean, Sputnik, if you want to call it and also possibly Nomad 5 is also a slower map, 142 BPM. Not sure how they would feel on CS2 AR0, but that could be an option here.
I mean, they are a pretty solid rating team. They're going to go for DT4. We are going to get to see Sputnik. And I think this is the...
Sputnik?
Oh no, this is Mad City. I'm thinking of Free Mod 4. This is going to be Mad City. This one, incredibly close, played by both teams. And there's a 40,000 point difference. Utami putting up 700k, but Fiery Rage putting up a really good score as well. And this one is a kind of a aim tech DT pick, I guess you would describe it as.
Yeah, there's some finger control, there's some slider aim, there's some, again, more, as we said, more alt-ish patterns in here, and so that's slider aim, so definitely something geared towards SoCal's lineup. We'll see they have Caleb in, Easy Chalk in, it's actually your cute stepping in as well. And then probably we see Fiery Range again, you gotta think. And then see who else pops into the lobby here.
Utami calling it a pop song. These Zoomers, they don't know. Although I gotta be honest, before this weekend, I hadn't heard this song either, so I can't talk too much. Oh no.
Yeah.
I feel like we're unqualified to be here at the moment.
I mean, if you listen to the same type of music I did, you would be still living in the 1500s. So.
No. Juno's whole playlist is just folk music.
Not quite.
Well, regardless, we're gonna get Utami, Easy Chalk, You're Cute in for SoCal, Fiery Jackson, Window Life in for NorCal, and this one feels very much like a coin flip. I honestly could see Fiery Rage and Window Life both put up really solid scores on this. So I guess, yeah, I could see Fiery Life and Window Rage put up some good scores on this.
I mean, if you want to just shorten it out, you could do.
There you go. Yeah, it's all about efficiency here, okay?
Exactly. Getting right into it, this map just doesn't have any lead up. It's just straight into just these snap patterns here. You see early breaks from Fiery Rage, Utami, and Easy Chalk. So just the one FC on the side of SoCal, 2 FCs on Jackson and Window Life. We'll see how long they can hold these on for. Fiery Rage finding another miss as well as Easy Chalk. So definitely a slight advantage with the 2 FCs on Window Life, although Utami also recovering there.
Yeah, it's a long map, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. There's going to be plenty of time for both teams to recover their combos, so it's going to stay relatively even for now. Jackson does find a miss, but again, early on in the map, it's not going to be the most consequential, so this score lead is going to build quite slowly, because there is a lot of combo to be gained. But it's a bit of a slower section. This is the next very tricky section. You're Cute finds the miss as well, going to trade back that early miss. No, it's Boncho. Jackson and Fiery Rage both finding misses. Now it's only Window Life holding for NorCal.
Yeah, Fiery Rage following up with another miss. You're Cute and Utami against Window Life. No Rage connected to Window Life now as he finds another miss. And Easy Chalk also sneakily recovering as well, getting over 500 combo now. We're just at that halfway point. Both these combos on SoCal. This is not where you want to break them. It actually is Jackson finding another break for NorCal. Window Life doing its best as we get a little mood shift here into the second half of the map. You're Cute and Utami, despite the break from Easy Chalk, they are building 200k point lead here. And you gotta think they gotta keep holding us onto these combos until that 3/4 mark where they can really secure it here.
Yeah, they gotta hold on to those combos for as long as they can, but there goes Window Life. That was really the last hope for NorCal, and all of a sudden, yes, You're Cute trades it back, but you still got, of course, it's Utami holding that massive combo. Easy Chalk finds the miss, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody matters except for Utami right now. And unless Utami finds the miss soon, NorCal is just going to be completely out of this one, as maybe a bit of an underperformance compared to their previous score on the map. Fire Rage getting 600k on this map last time around. Not going to be able to do the same here.
Yeah, and despite the break from Utami, he's done his work. Over 600k, almost got slow slided there, but manages to hold on. This recovery from Window Life is being matched by both Easy Chalk and Your Cute right now. It's over 300k now. SoCal are going to be going up 4-1. But it's back to NorCal's pick, so they have a few tapping focus maps. You mentioned that free mod 1 earlier. There's still Nomad 4, the stream aim map, or yeah, stream aim, flow aim, whatever you want to call it. And then there is also, so the entire DT pool is exhausted now. No maps left in DT.
Now,
Is
hear
some
me out,
hard,
Juno.
yeah.
I feel like I could see a Nomad 3 pick going kind of hard for NorCal. It's a 30-second speed tech pick. They have the speed. It would be a risk, but I think they could take it. But
That
what a
is,
score
yeah.
from Utami. You're Cute as well, and Easy Chalk both putting up really, really strong supporting combos.
Yeah, it was just the one really strong score on the side of Window Life. Unfortunately, Fiery not able to replicate that 600k from yesterday, but set back into NorCal's pick. I honestly completely forgot about that map, and I think that also could be a really interesting option for NorCal. Just something that you could throw out there and hit your opponent as fast as possible with, and then just move on to the next map after that.
Yeah, what makes it really interesting too for me is that I believe SoCal actually did play the Nomad 3, so NorCal knows exactly what they're up against on that map, and so it's going to be very telling whether they pick it or not, because they have a very good idea already of whether or not they can win that map. And so I think either they're going to feel comfortable on it and they're going to pick it within the next 2 maps, or they don't feel comfortable on it and they just leave it. They're going to go for the free mod 1 in the meantime. They struggled on this a little bit. Actually, they lost it against Texas by only 14,000 points. That was unfortunate, but I think we should see Wispy End for the first time this match on the side of NorCal to play that hidden. And this is a tapping focus pick. It's going to be 200 BPM streams. And this pick makes perfect sense for NorCal. I think this is a good pick to get them back into the match. And yes, it's 4-1, which can be pretty tough mentally. Honestly, feeling like you're down 3 points, it feels like a lot. You have to keep in mind you're only down 1 breakpoint. So all it takes is 1 breakpoint at some point in this match, and all of a sudden, you're right back in it.
And it is a best of 13. They have to win 7 points total. And I've seen this plenty of times. I'm a huge hockey fan. They always say 4-1 is the most dangerous lead because you don't want to get too complacent because you're up by so much, but then you just want to keep pushing forward. But then again, yeah, they just need to keep pushing forward because you don't want to get complacent because you're far enough away where it's a 3-point difference. You got to think it's not that close away, or it's pretty far away. But also, as you said, it's just that 1 break point that NorCal needs to get right back into it and tie it up.
There you go. 4-1, the most dangerous lead in OSU. You heard it here first. As I think we're almost certainly going to see, well, I expect we're going to see Utami back in for this one. 3-on-5 makes a lot of sense on the more tapping focused picks. And Caleb is in the lobby, so I expect it's going to be 3-on-5 Caleb and Utami once again. You're Cute. Going to be sitting out on a lot of these really tapping heavy picks.
Expecting 3-1-5 to be taking the hard rock and then Caleb on the hidden. Utami probably going to be going for the safe Nomad. I wonder if this is the situation that you put Window Life on the hard rock, or are we going to see it on Whiskey again and then Jackson probably most likely taking the hidden here. We'll see once we hop into the match. I believe they're going to be starting right about now.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know that Window Life needs to take the Hard Rock on this. It is a slightly more comfortable map in terms of patterning compared to a lot of the maps in the pool, and which she is a very, very good Hard Rock player. But you are right, June. It is going to be a Window Life on the Hard Rock, as we are going to refresh. And of course, it's going to be 315 Hard Rock. Caleb on the hidden Utami is going to be like put up a big score on the no mod.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder them being down 4-1 if they're willing to take some more risks here instead of putting Window Life on a more safe nomad to take that chance that Window Life could potentially put up a huge score here on Hard Rock with that 1.1 times multiplier. And then Woodchi, of course, still a great player, has a very good chance of putting up an amazing score here as we get into this map.
Yeah, it was Window Life. We did put up 700k on the Hard Rock yesterday on this pick, and looking to do the same here again today, as it's a pretty tame start to the map. We shouldn't see any massive drops until at least the first Ki, which is coming up shortly. So all the players are going to have to brace themselves, as the first Ki is going to be very telling. Jackson finds the first miss, has been finding a lot of misses this match on almost nothing, just finds a random slider break into the kind of slower section, building up to the Ki, but thankfully for Jackson, a bit of relief as Caleb trades it right back.
Yeah, it's a slight lead early on for the side of NorCal, especially with another break from Caleb into the streams. Only Caleb finding the break there, so it is going to be NorCal taking more of a lead. Although the accuracy on Utami is slightly better than Witchy, and then Window Life and 315, the two Hard Rock players, matching pretty well right now. Do see a break from Woodchi, so that's a second FC gone down on the side of NorCal, and it's going to be still the two FCs on the side of SoCal. This is looking very good for them. Both 315 and Utami hitting those streams, but 315 slider breaks right after.
Now it's going to be Utami, it's going to be Window Life facing off here in a 1v1, the last two full combos remaining. And unless they trade, which is possible on a map like this, the first one to fall could very easily be the decider, because we're very quickly running out of map. NorCal is only down by 40k, but Caleb is on a very, very nice recovery. It's going to push this score lead a little bit. But if Utami or Window Life find a miss, it's going to go very, very quickly in the other direction. It's going to come down to those two players.
Yeah, pretty much the recovery from Caleb is besting both Woodchi's accuracy and the advantage that Window Life has with the FC on Hard Rock as opposed to Nomad. But there goes the recovery from Caleb. There is no trade so far on the side of NorCal. Both Jackson and Woodchi holding on here, and Window Life still going on this core of the map left into the 1/3. Nobody breaks. He's still holding on.
This is just an incredible performance from the two big names on these California teams. Keep in mind, though, Window Life is on the Hard Rock, so that score is going to be worth a little bit more than the Nomad FC from Utami. Jackson does find the break, but there goes Window Life. Absolutely massive drop now. SoCal is off to the races. Utami still holding on. That Nomad is just so much easier than the Hard Rock, and it might just be that modded difference as Utami is going to be able to close this one out into the ending. All of a sudden, NorCal down by 2 breakpoints here, and things are looking pretty rough.
Woodchi is trying his best to recover here, but it's Utami in skills here, so having no information really going into this, aside from the fact that you know that Window Life and Fire Rage are great Hard Rock players on alt maps, and it's going to be Woodchi as well coming in to round out that Hard Rock alt roster on NorCal.
Yeah, now we're just waiting for Utami to jump into the lobby. And this one is 140 BPM. It's very snappy for an alt pick. A lot of alt picks at this difficulty rating tend to have a lot of flow aim, a lot of kind of control tests. This one, much more snappy. You've got a lot of very quick alternating jump patterns thrown in. So kind of a different kind of style of alt than you often see. And could pose a different sort of challenge for some of these players.
Yeah, and also this map, pretty standard CS as well. It is 5.5, so slightly smaller than, I would say, average CS, but nothing that these players can't handle. And we're going to be getting into Hard Rock 2. SoCal, if they win this point, go up to match point and can punch their way into the top 3.
If you are NorCal, the comeback has to start here. I think match point going down 6-1 would just be too big of a deficit to come back from. And so this could very well be the break point of this match. The one that seals it, or the one that starts NorCal's march back into this match, as Utami is going to find a very, very early miss, but not going to be too consequential, as it is going to be right back up there with a solid supporting combo. Only going to be 40 combo behind this. It's a pretty long map as well, so there's going to be a lot of different points for players to break. It's relatively consistent in terms of difficulty, and so there are tons of places throughout the map that are very easy to miss on. And we see some of those patterns now. It's going to be easy chalk finding the next miss. And NorCal are going to start to build a little bit of a score lead at the start, but we're into the first KI. This is the really tricky part of the map. Fire Rage now finding a big miss, finding yet another one. So not able to build up any recovery combo, but you still have 2 FC strong for NorCal. Make that one as Window Life finds miss. Easy Chalk is trading, but Utami has recovered very nicely. 315 still on the FC, and SoCal have brought this one back, now in the lead. And honestly, if these two players can hold on to their FC, Easy Chalk score isn't going to matter too much, but 315 trading with Fire Rage. Now it's just Woodchi being matched by Utami.
Yeah, and it is slight combo advantage, especially with another break on 315 with this slight recovery from Window Life. It is still very close. We're just at that halfway point, so it would be absolutely devastating to see if one of these FCs drops in. It's Woodchi that finds the break here. Utami holds on, and it's going to go right back over to SoCal. Utami has just been on point in this match, still holding on into this, past the halfway point, looking unbeatable, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, NorCal have to be having flashbacks to 2022 right now, where Utami kind of just took over the whole tournament almost on his own. Was probably the most dominant USC performance we've ever seen from a single player, and Utami is looking strong again this year, still on that full combo, but does find the miss, and it's only 20,000 points. NorCal right back in this is Fiery, Window Life, both on good recoveries. Even Woodchi is right back there, and there's plenty of time. The score flips back over now, and NorCal are far from out of it. In fact, they have a really good chance to find a breakpoint of their own. Fiery does find the miss, but as long as Window Life and Woodchi can hold, they're going to be in a good spot. Now Woodchi finds the miss as well. It is all on Window Life here.
Yeah, 315 and Easy Chalk also found breaks. Window Life does find a break. This is so close. Utami's going to be the one holding the highest combo here, recovering to about 300 combo. It's flickering back and forth. Last 6 of the map. This has been such a slog all the way through. But Utami, once again, building up this combo, trying to find that much more score to pull them even further into lead. There's more breaks on the side of NorCal. Fiery and Woodchi. That's the break on 315, but that's not the one that NorCal wants to see. It's Utami holding into the end of the map, and I can firmly say now that it is going to be SoCal. They're going to be going up onto match point.
Yeah, Utami just does not miss again. NorCal were unable to capitalize on that break, and while it was incredibly close, in this match, close is just not good enough, as at the end of the day, it's a point on the board for SoCal, and they are 1 point away from beating NorCal in the finals and placing themselves into a podium spot. NorCal does have the pick, but they've got a lot of work to do if they want to come back in this match. It's going to have to be 5 maps in a row just to make it a tiebreaker, and 2 of those are going to have to be SoCal picks.
Yeah, and it's gonna be free mod 2. This is the anti-mod pick CS5 AR8 215 BPM, so a little bit on the faster side for what we normally would see in this slot, but this being a map from the good year of 2009, I sure remember that year. What a great year!
What a great year. I mean,
yeah.
it's one of the few kind of playable tag maps. Some tag maps are pretty crazy. This one you can actually play on your own. But this map, we have seen some wild mod combinations. We saw Tights coming in is probably going to be on the easy hidden. And it was Utami on the easy flashlight putting up 500k. We saw Wowie as well, actually, play the easy flashlight. So a couple players opted into that and both putting up pretty solid scores on it. We are likely to see, of course, you need to have 1 player each on the Hard Rock. And this one, interestingly enough, you're going to see the easy players be putting up the highest scores on this one almost certainly. This map is so absurdly difficult on Hard Rock, not only to combo, but to act as well, that you're kind of just throwing your Hard Rock players to the wolves, letting them do the best they can, see what supporting combo they can get, and then you can, let your easy players do the work. And we actually see SoCal opt into an easy on Ricoel and a hidden on Caleb last time around. So because Utami is on the flashlight, it lets them skip out on that Hard Rock mod, which can be a big asset in a map like this, where we've seen the Hard Rock players on each of the other 3 teams that played this map really struggle on the pick. But it was NorCal who put up the better score on this map, so it's SoCal who needs to find improvement.
Yeah, I don't really think you'd want to be playing Hard Rock on a tag map, but that task is going to be done by none other than Window Life. Going on the CS 6.5 tag, do see 2 easies aside, and then Caleb the lone solo hidden. Recoil on the easy mod, mirroring Fire Rage. Heights, as you said, easy hidden, and then Utami on that flashlight, so they don't have to have a Hard Rock on their side, and looking good so far.
Yeah. Oh, there's an early miss from Utami. Not what you want to see, because what we'd seen previously from both the flashlight plays from Utami and Wowie was they had really good combo at the start, but then found misses right around the halfway point of the map and just struggled a little bit more towards the ending. So you don't really want to see the early miss, especially because Fire Rage on that easy, as well as Tights on the easy hidden, are both on really solid combos that are only being matched by Caleb right now. And even Window Life doing a really solid job so far on this Hard Rock. Massive improvement on the accuracy compared to the last time this was played, but it's the second half of this map that is really tricky. So the score I expect to stay relatively close for the first half of the map. And as we get to that halfway mark, the map is going to go crazy. We're going to see misses all over the place, and that second half will likely be the decider.
Window Life, unfortunately, finding a slider break right before the break there. It's so funny watching these sliders show up so early on the easy players, and I'm like, wait, where's the sliders on Window Life's screen? It's because he's playing AR10 that they happen so much later. But it's Caleb, Ricoel, and Utami on the side of SoCal. They're building their combos back up. They're taking this lead here. Heights and Fire Rage are doing their best. Keep holding on. Try and bring this back.
And one of the big challenges of Flashlight is look how small that kind of visibility gets. At the start of the map, it's pretty big. You can see a good amount, but now at 500 combo. It is absolutely tiny what you can see. This is a very tricky section of the map after the spinner. And this is where we saw breaks from Utami, and I believe a lot of players have found misses on this next upcoming section. So this pattern could very well be one of the deciders. SoCal need to hold on to their combos. They don't have enough of a lead to be able to afford to miss here, but it's going to be Tights who finds the miss. There goes Window Life as well. NorCal are dropping off first, followed up by Caleb and Rico L. So now it's going to be Fire Rage up against Utami, but it's Fire Rage who has the better combo. But Utami on that flashlight is going to more than make up the difference. I think they're going to need more misses from Caleb and Rico L if they want to make this one. Window Life has some recovery, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. It's going to be close because we do have some math to do at the end of this one, because Fire Rage has a pretty big 2x multiplier on that top 340k score. That's been incredibly close into the ending. One miss from Fire Rage, and Utami could really swing the outcome of this match. There is one tricky pattern into the end. Both of them hitting the reverse sliders. There's a miss from Window Life. Rico Utami misses. It's a full set from SoCal. The score doesn't quite flip back over. Yeah, Fiery and Tight both finding big drops. It's 50,000 points before the math, but I think we have to factor in the multipliers as well. And Fiery, I think, had the highest score before multipliers. We'll get the most benefit out of that. And so can we do some quick math here? It's going to be Tights with a 60k advantage over Rico L. You got Fiery advantage over Utami, and I think with the 2x multipliers, NorCal should take this one if I'm doing my math right. I think it's by about 200,000, but we'll wait for the official math, but I think NorCal is winning this one by about 200k. Flashlight multiplier is just the standard flashlight multiplier, so it's going to be, I think it's 1.12 off the top of my head. And then, of course, 2x Measy multiplier keeps NorCal in this match. They're going to stick around for at least one more map.
Yeah, and that gamble free mod 2 working out for NorCal, giving them some more hope in this match. And back to SoCal's pick here. They looked good on alt earlier. They looked good on the Hard Rock 2. No Mod 2 is also available. That is the No Mod alt pick. Nice FC question mark. Not Koi. We saw quite a few breaks on those insanely quick buzz sliders at the end, but Fiery pretty much holding until then.
Yeah, the ending is just not comboable, really. We saw everybody find multiple misses on it, but incredibly close into the end. It came down to 15,000 points. Sorry, 50,000 points, 5-0. And this might, if you're a NorCal fan, this could be the beginning of the end for SoCal, as NorCal looking to storm their way back to make it to the tiebreaker. But they're going to have to go up against No Mod 2. This is the alt aim control pick that we've been looking at for SoCal all match long. This is a very tricky map. I think it's one of the oldest maps in OSU without a full combo, and it's 5 minutes long. It really is a consistency test.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes long. This map ranked, mapped in 2018, ranked in 2019. Usually when I see Blankfield songs, I think of speed. Like, you think of Last Goodbye, stuff like that. But this, being a different type of map, and both these teams playing this in their last matches. Let me just quickly pull those up, see how these teams compare here. Let's see.
While you're checking on that, we've got some rosters in here. Utami, 315. And I imagine for NorCal, of course, we're going to see Fire Rage. I expect we're going to see Window Life. And then Witchy or Jackson. My guess for this one is that we're probably going to be seeing Jackson over Witchy. And then I think we're going to be seeing, so this is just going to be our lineup for SoCal. So potentially the final lineups in NorCal. They were able to get a point back on their own pick. Now they need to do it on SoCal's.
Yeah, SoCal in their last match, actually, it was actually 315 taking the top score in the lobby. So we'll see if 315 can put together another amazing performance. Utami was a very close second behind, but here we get into Flags on the Moon. 5.5 minutes of Control Alt Fiery Rage, Window Life Jackson against 315 Caleb Utami. Fiery Rage was the standout performance when NorCal won this map. So we're in for a long one, folks.
Yeah, both teams have played the map as a 20,000 point difference, so this one is very much a coin flip. We can see SoCal has kind of run out of clear picks. They're going to have to opt into more risky picks from here on out. And it starts with the No Mod 2. This map, it looks kind of slow when you're watching it, but it is incredibly, incredibly difficult as Window Life is going to find the first miss, but plenty of time to find some recovery. And here we go into the challenging section. This one is, I believe, 160 BPM, 315, and Fire Rage, both going to be trading misses back and forth. And so SoCal off to the early lead, but we have a lot of map to go, lots more misses to be had, and potentially lots more combo to be gained for hopefully NorCal if we want this match to go any longer. Caleb does find the miss, but traded by Jackson, and of course it's Utami holding the last full combo in the lobby.
Yeah, and there's all this slow aim. You gotta really keep control of your cursor. Fire Rage finding a break on the 1-6 pattern. Traded by Caleb, but Caleb had already broken. Build a full combo on Utami here. Following up is Widow Life and Caleb, both on recoveries around 500 combo here. So it's actually Widow Life going to be finding a break. So NorCal conceding more score over to the side of SoCal. More of that score lead with Utami continuing to hold on here. And 315 is recovery. Jackson trying to recover the best they can. Caleb does find another break.
Yeah, thankfully, because the map is so long, the combo from Utami isn't going to be too bad for NorCal quite yet, but it's going to get there very quickly if they don't hold on to the recovery combos. And Jackson, Fire Rage both falling off. There's almost no combo now on NorCal, but it's traded back by two of the SoCal players, but unfortunately not the one they needed, as with Window Life finding the miss. It's a full reset for NorCal. Utami finally finds the miss, but Utami has done so much work to really build up this score lead. It's 100,000 points right now, and on a map like this, 100,000 points is a lot to come back from.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try and find some big combos on the side of NorCal. Fiery Rage cannot stream the stream, unfortunately, but Jackson Window Life making it through that very well, although Window Life does find a break, shaking off it a little bit. 315 was trading it, but it's Utami and Caleb right now on the recoveries. SoCal has this 100k lead, and they're just over halfway through this very long map. Jackson, one holding the biggest combo in the lobby. There's another break from Caleb and 315, and Fire Rage and Jackson trying to hold off Utami here. Another break from Caleb. Caleb's seen quite a few breaks in this map, having the lowest score in the lobby so far. It is starting to come back a little bit. It's just around 80,000 right now as opposed to 100,000, but they still need to do a lot of work. And there goes Jackson. That was the highest combo on the side of NorCal. It's just Fiery Rage, and that's going to halt NorCal's comeback in its tracks, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Utami is just not missing on these patterns. You have 315 was nearly approaching the second highest score in the lobby. Is going to pass Jackson for that second best score any second now. If he hits some of these streams, Utami does. It's a full reset for SoCal. Fire Rage is on a big combo, and there should still be time to come back, but it's going to take so much work from Fire Rage. It's going to need to hold on for, realistically, probably another 500, 600 combo, and that would be a top 10 performance globally on the map, so it might be a very tall ask, but we'll see if Fiery can pull it off, as unfortunately right now just does not have the support, as Jackson has found yet another miss. Window Life is trying to help out, but the score is going back over so slowly as Caleb finds another miss. gives NorCal a chance back into this one, but they're quickly running out of time. It's going to be incredibly close, Juno, down to the wire.
Oh my goodness, it's 40,000 right now. 315 and Utami have built up recoveries, besting the combo on Jackson right now. Window Life also needs to hold on here. There's about an eighth of the map left. It's getting so close. It's just around 30,000. They really need to look for a break out of either Utami or 315 to really allow this to go over. On top of that, Window Life and Fire Rage need to hold.
Yeah, there's just not much left in this map. We don't really expect to see any breaks on this last section. It's just a matter of time. I think it's going to go over, though. There's a few knights left. It does flip over, but any accuracy drop could flip it back to SoCal. Can they hit the ending? Fire Rage finds the miss. It goes back over to SoCal, and that is devastation for NorCal. They had it in the palm of their hands, but that miss from Fire Rage, and it slips away. SoCal are your victors. They're going to be securing the podium spot. 7,000 points is all it takes, and NorCal will be finishing 4th this time around.
Yeah, SoCal, big performance. Big performances coming out of both Utami, 315, and Caleb recovering pretty decently at the end. And it's going to be SoCal 7-2. They best their performance from yesterday by 1 point. Yesterday they won 7-3. Today they win 7-2 over their northern brothers up in Northern California. And that will be it for the Battle of California. SoCal, the victors today. So, iFlame, I'm really curious. What's the all-time record of I don't know if you have that on hand.
I do. The preparation goes deep, Juno. So
yes.
If we're looking at just the finals matches, it's 2 for NorCal and now 3 for SoCal. So 3-2 in favor of SoCal. If we're talking about all time, then that's actually going to be 5 for SoCal because they had the 1 year where they won 2 grand finals matches going to the bracket reset against NorCal to win the tournament. So either 3-2 or 5-2, depending on whether or not you want to include the grand finals matches. But that's just such a disappointing ending for NorCal. I mean, I really thought they had it in the bag. I'm disappointed. I'm not even playing for them. I can't imagine how the players must feel, but they have put in a valiant effort, an incredible performance, certainly nothing to be ashamed of, as SoCal will be moving on to face New York. And one of those two teams, of course, will move on to the grand finals to play against Virginia. And I think that's going to be it for us. Do you know anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's it. We'll be seeing... Well, we want to thank NorCal for putting in their best effort in this match. Are we going to be seeing a solo run from 315?
I guess we're not going anywhere just yet. We've got the 315 solo play of the tiebreaker. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to watch 315 play the tiebreaker alone. That really is going to be it for us. But a huge congratulations to SoCal with another very impressive performance. It was a great effort from Fire Rage to bring it back for NorCal in that last map, but just not nearly enough. And of course, thank you to Cheese for the stream, Juno for commentating with me today. I've been iFlame, and last but not least, thank you all, the viewers, for watching. You make these matches so much fun to be a part of, and we hope to see you all back next week for the grand finals. We have got some very exciting matches. I hope you all have a good night, good day, or good morning wherever you are, and take care.
Look out for that announcement for Mapple Showcase soon. Have a good night.